Hello, everyone. This is Alan from MysteryMTG.com, and this morning was absolutely crazy. I was looking at AMD first, and then I started reading about the FTX and crypto drama, and then I stumbled upon some market news about Hasbro being double downgraded. Now, I wasn't entirely shocked to see Hasbro on the list of downgrades with what's going on in the world, but the report on why it was being downgraded left me a bit stunned. In his own words, Jason has accused Hasbro of killing its golden goose by overproducing and killing the long term value of the brand. So, of course, the stock in open almost immediately dumped 10% from its starting price of $63 a share to $57 a share or thereabout, and pretty much stayed there for the entirety of the trading day. This is beyond worrying. Hasbro was trading at $102 and bucked the market trend at the start of 2022, but it is now below $60, half of the all-time high in 2019. And this is weird, right? Because 2021 was WotC's best year ever. Now, this is for WotC, not Hasbro, but they had $1.28 billion in revenue, up 42%, and $547 million in operating profit, up 30% year over year. And their 5-year plan to double profits, as you know, was done in two. And the tabletop gaming accounted for 74% of total revenue, respectively. So WotC essentially by itself accounts for 74% of Hasbro's profit. Now, before we get into this, it's important that we separate the teams at Wizards and Hasbro. WotC employees are known for being incredibly passionate, and this is true. They love the game as much as you do. Many of the front-facing employees you deal with have been playing since Abu and have nothing to gain from the game declining, and many have been just as critical as you. You know, as a store owner, I'm in the WP and owners page, and Nelson from WotC passes along a lot of the feedback back to Hasbro, back to the bigger, higher-ups at WotC. And we'll touch on this later on, but a lot of the problems outlined in recent memory relate to those guys and the shareholders and Hasbro's other ventures. So the funding of these ventures comes from milking WotC's success. Now, what Jason Haas detailed, Jason Haas is his name, but it sounds a little weird when you say it like that. Jason Haas basically detailed exactly what we've been stating, and not just us, but pretty much everyone in the scene. Stores around us have been pulling at Magic or readjusting their focus on Magic and putting their focus on other TCGs while stocking less MTG. So why is this the case? It's interesting because you can look at a set like Neon Kamigawa and it's incredibly well designed, the art is flavorful, the cards are extremely playable, and it was executed largely unscathed from mass criticism. You have cards like Boseiju, Otawaru, Takanuma, and a lot of other cards, including the full art basics that still sell for a premium on the broader market. Even the neon red Hidetsugu is still worth over $1,000, kind of surprisingly. But Neon Kamigawa was released in February, and it was barely enjoyed before the rapid releases of Streets of New Capenna, Baldur's Gate, Double Masters, Domineer United, and now Brothers War, and a variety of other supplementary products and secret layers, each set attempting to conquer the other. And the customers are left confused, as to what we should be buying and what should we be focusing on. This is simply product dump. This is taking advantage of a loyal and dedicated fan group. And what does that lead to? It leads to wallet fatigue. That's what Haas is describing, the eventual destruction of long-term value in the game, with constant reprints of the most popular sets, like Time Spell Remastered, and the depreciation, of the rest. And while I think his outlook generalizes their strategy, without taking into account some of the nuances, I think it's pretty much on the nose. WotC is attempting to fight an uphill battle to save Hasbro from a bear market that in the last 6 months has been unrelenting. No one really knows what happens from here. Brothers War has been stellar and the reception has been great, but we just don't know how the 2023 release schedule will fare in the market, and if this report and market movement may impact Hasbro going forward. So these are just my suggestions. The argument for secret layers and a ton of supplementary product is that you just don't buy what you don't want, right? WotC shouldn't restrict their creativity based on a fraction of the market. However, many CCGs deal with a customer base that is extremely loyal, and this customer base tends to want to buy at least a box of every set. That includes someone like me, and as much of the supplementary product as they can, whatever is available, because we like collecting. This is why complaints have been arising. It gets confusing to know what you do want and what you don't want. And when you have 12 new products shooting at you at any given moment, at the end of the day, many people will just not buy anything. So just slow down. That's it. No more big fancy Ultimate Secret Lair boxes. No more $250 packs. Just give us some sets, some well-designed cards, and some products like Pioneer decks and Challenger decks that will help throw new players into formats, and the game will survive through many recessions and the player base will be ever loyal. This is how MTG got through the 2008 collapse and remained unfazed in the 2018 market uncertainty, and it actually grew as the rest of the market fell. And that's about it. No one wants Magic to die. No one wants Wizards of the Coast to die. And if you are rooting for the demise, I don't think you were originally a fan anyway. But they need to fix this, and I think this is hopefully the wake up they need. This is Alan from MysteryMTG.com.